Welcome to Flat Revival Radio. In this first episode, I want to answer the question, why a Flat Earth magazine? I want to start by delving into what mainstream has on tap by looking at some recent magazine covers. First up, Time magazine. Scott Kelly will spend 1 year in space. His identical twin will stay on Earth while NASA studies them both. NASA seems really fond of identical twins. Anyone familiar with the so-called Space Shuttle Challenger disaster knows that almost all of the people who supposedly died in that event have been found, and they're doing quite well. And several of them claim to be the identical twin of the person who was supposed to have died. When it comes to Scott Kelly, look at how they present this man. He seems like the perfect stoic hero. And this is a man who has built his career on lying to humanity, especially children. Wired magazine. Make way for the robots. Notice that this is a declarative statement. They're not asking permission. And I find it curious that the toy robot here, the way he's holding that second O, it looks like a U. So what are they saying here? I think they're suggesting that you are the robot of the future. Popular science. Explore. At the top it says, missed a spot, the last unmapped places on Earth. And this is what they would have us believe. If we're on that spinning ball in outer space, then everything's already been discovered. There's really nothing left to find, you know? But I want you to consider what it might be like if humanity embraced flat Earth and real money was invested into exploration of this plane as it is. You could pick up a magazine like this and there could be some monumental discovery, something that could actually impact our future. Smithsonian, illuminating black holes. Astronomers aim lasers at the most mysterious objects in the universe. I find it amusing that astronomers can aim lasers at the sky, and that's science. But when a flat Earth researcher aims a laser across a body of water to prove that there is no curvature, that's not science. Are we being seduced by robots? Meanwhile, they have this sexualized pose of a robot leg coming across the magazine, right? So they've answered their own question. Of course we're being seduced by robots. Mainstream and Hollywood work overtime to make sure of it. Popular mechanics. The race to survive the world's highest jump. I can't tell you how many times this Felix Baumgartner jump is cited as some kind of evidence of the spinning ball model. It doesn't seem to matter that that footage has been torn apart so many times from every angle. The fisheye lens is in full play. It doesn't matter if he's at ground level or 120,000 feet up. The same amount of curvature is visible. So it's meaningless. Survival. It's a scary world out there. This is one of mainstream's favorite narratives, isn't it? How many Hollywood films and TV shows depict this kind of dystopian future? Humanity is inevitably going to bring about its own destruction. Right now it's environmentalism, global warming, CO2, carbon dioxide, is literally food for plant life. In the same breath, science would have us believe that 5 times the amount of CO2 was in the atmosphere during the so-called reign of the dinosaurs, right? And this is why the vegetation was so lush. And now they're telling us that more CO2 in the atmosphere is going to kill everything, is going to destroy the earth. You can't have it both ways. The Atlantic. Look at this image. It's so lovingly crafted. And you can tell that it's CGI. Look at the flags. It has that CGI sheen. It's not like they lined up all these war machines, right? Going at foot. You can see the dust coming up. It's all in motion. You've got the jets flying overhead, perfectly framed. This is a painting. It's a fantasy. And we know that international ballistic missiles are not possible. You can't shoot a missile into low Earth orbit or outer space and have it come down on its target. It's not going to happen. They cannot do it. And nuclear weapons are a hoax. So North Korea cannot harm us in any meaningful way. And this is just fair point. We could analyze mainstream magazines all day for weeks, and it's going to be the same narrative, the same talking points over and over and over again. So there's that point. We've all hit that point where we glimpsed the big picture. If the earth is not a spinning ball, if the earth is a flat plane, if that deception exists, then you kind of go into a free fall. Once you have that epiphany, once you accept it, then you go into this free fall because there's no foundation there anymore. You don't have the news, everything that you were presented with and taught in school that was supposed to be real, that was supposed to give you some kind of footing in the world. It's been completely pushed aside, blown apart, gone. You're falling, right? And I think anyone who's been in this for any amount of time, anyone who's come to flat Earth, you've hit every so-called conspiracy branch on the way down. Sandy Hook, 9/11, outer space, moon landing, dinosaurs, HIV, whatever it is, you've already been there, and you're free fall. And 2-3 years ago, there was nothing to land on. We just kept falling. So when it comes to Flat Revival magazine and projects like it, projects being produced by flat earthers across the world, what we're doing, we're creating a new foundation. So the people who are coming to this, who are going to come to this in the not too distant future, they're going to have a lot easier time. They're not going to have to fall as far, are they? Because all of this content we're creating, everything we're putting out, we're laying the groundwork. So when they finally see it, when it hits them, it's going to be so much easier for them to step forward, to take that leap. They're going to have something to land on. And that's what this magazine is about. Getting something in print out into the world. You can hold it in your hands. You can put it on your coffee table. You can hand it to someone. It's not a URL. It's tangible, physical creation. You know, online, everyone here, everyone listening to this, we owe the internet. It woke us up, and we're permeating everything. People are just rocking the internet. But we've got to take it further. We've got to get it out into the streets. And people are doing that too. And Flat Revival wants to be a part of that process, documenting it and adding to it. We want to create a platform for people to express what it means to them to have come to this, to be a flat earther, or at least recognize that it's not a giant ball of water spinning in outer space, traveling at insane speeds. We all know what a comic joke that is. It's our role, the current wave of flat earthers, all of us that are here now doing this. We're doing the hard part. We're taking the hits. We're getting mocked. We're getting attacked. There's a tremendous push against us, right? But all of these people who are against us and mocking now are going to be grateful not too long from now, because they're going to have a platform to step onto. They're not going to have to do the free fall that we did and hit bottom. They're going to have all of this support network there, all of this content, all of this information to draw from. And that's what Flat Revival Magazine is about.